To extra depth now, the number of migrants dying while trying to reach a better life in the U.S. is on the rise. It's happening in the midst of record-breaking temperatures during the summer in the borderland. In conjunction with the Puente News Collaborative, which is a binational partnership of news organizations in El Paso and Ciudad Juarez, ABC 7's contributing reporter Luis Chaparro rode along with Border Patrol to see the conditions agents and migrants are facing.
I am in Sunland Park, New Mexico, a region that, according to border authorities, is the second most active in the country when it comes to migrants trying to get across. I am here because I was told this desert also hides an alarming trend. Since 1998, the number of migrants dying from heat had never surpassed 30 until this year.
I'm with Fidel Baca, a spokesperson with the El Paso Border Patrol sector, and although it is past 6 in the afternoon, the heat outside is still nearing the hundreds. Only a few minutes after we began to drive along the border, we found this. A 16-year-old boy from Guatemala. He was walking close to the freeway. He seemed lost and confused. Border Patrol didn't allow me to interview him on camera, but I was able to talk to him. The kid told me he suffered from family violence in Guatemala and needed to escape to his uncle's house in Philadelphia. Although the trek from Ciudad Juarez to U.S. soil is a short 45-minute climb across the Cristo Rey mountain, that could be enough to end a life. He said he walked from Juarez by himself, without any guide or smuggler telling him where to go. He had been walking for over an hour, pushing his body to the limits of dehydration.
The desert itself is a very harsh terrain with many dangers. And now you bring in extreme heat like the one we were seeing here in El Paso a few weeks back. And so what happened is we started encountering bodies of migrants that had passed to the heat.
During the next few hours, we could hear dozens of alerts, apprehensions, and rescues through the Border Patrol radio. A sign of just how many people are trying to get across each day. Baca told me that because of the heat wave, many migrants are now choosing to try and cross during nighttime. But the heat can still be unbearable. The sun has set now, but the heat coming out from the ground is still pretty hot. A few hours into the night, we found a group of migrants panting, hiding behind a bush. One of the migrants told me it is still hot. He said they waited to cross until the sun came down. He said they have been living in a stash house in Ciudad Juarez for over a week without enough water or cold air. The group was carrying electrolyte water to avoid dehydration, but even then, they were exhausted and thirsty.
So what we do is typically agents have just big packs of water bottles that they bring with them, and they use that to give water to the people. That's typically the first thing that they ask for. The first thing that comes out of their mouths when they see us is water. Do you have water?
The group's demand said it is hard to get across through this area since they have to run a lot. He said some of them have died from a heart attack. The migrants said they had to pay the cartel 40,000 pesos each, roughly $2,000 US. As the heat slowly begins to fade this season, authorities keep finding bodies along the desert. Luis Chaparro, ABC 7.
In the El Paso sector alone, Border Patrol has recorded 130 deaths and performed 439 rescues. Officials told ABC 7 54 of those deaths were heat-related.